You must be truly stupid beyond belief if you dared to enter our realm without being armed with iron. The Fey Queen mocked you with an arrogant toned voice. In response, you threw your childhood toy at her and watch as every Fey present recoils in horror at the material it's made from. Plastic. The air in the Fey court shimmered like heat waves rising from summer asphalt, but the temperature dropped with every step I took across the marble floor. My footsteps echoed through the vast chamber, each one punctuated by the rustling of leaves and whispers from the gathered Fey nobility. The queen sat upon her throne of twisted oak and moonstone, her silver hair cascading like a waterfall of starlight. Her lips curled into a predatory smile as she regarded me, her violet eyes flickering with ancient malice. You must be truly stupid beyond belief if you dared to enter our realm without being armed with iron. Her voice carried the sound of wind chimes and breaking glass. The court tittered, a chorus of bell-like laughter that made my teeth ache. My hand slipped into the pocket of my worn jacket, fingers brushing against the familiar shape I'd carried for 20 years. You assume I came unprepared, Your Majesty. Unprepared? She leaned forward, her throne creaking like old trees in a storm. You wear no iron chains, carry no cold-forged blade. Your very clothes are cotton and wool. Her nostrils flared. I smell nothing that could harm us. I pulled out the small figure from my pocket. The cheap plastic toy soldier, barely 3 inches tall, had been my constant companion since I was 6. Its green paint was chipped, showing the dull white plastic underneath. The rifle it held was bent at an odd angle, and one foot had partially melted from the time I'd left it too close to a heater. The reaction was immediate and visceral. The nearest Fey courtier stumbled backward, knocking over a crystalline vase that shattered into diamond dust. Others pressed themselves against the living walls of the chamber, their ethereal beauty contorting into masks of revulsion and fear. The queen herself recoiled, her perfect features twisting as though she'd bitten into something rotten. What abomination is this? She hissed, gripping her throne's armrest so hard the wood groaned. Just a toy soldier. Made in China, probably. I took a step forward, and the entire court shifted backward. Funny thing about plastic, it's everywhere now. In the oceans, in the soil, in the air we breathe. Even here, in your realm, there are microplastics floating around. You just can't see them yet. Stop, the queen commanded, but her voice trembled. Remove that thing from our presence. I held the toy higher. You know what's really interesting? This stuff lasts forever. It doesn't break down like natural materials. It just breaks into smaller and smaller pieces, but it never goes away. Kind of like your kind, immortal, eternal. I took another step. Except plastic is spreading faster than your magic ever did. The living walls of the chamber began to wither, leaves curling and branches creaking as they drew away from the toy soldier. The air grew thick with the scent of decay and artificial chemicals. What do you want? The queen's arrogance had evaporated like morning dew, replaced by something approaching desperation. A deal? The children you've been taking? They stopped disappearing from our world. In exchange, we'll work to keep our pollution from seeping further into yours. I held her gaze. Because this little soldier? He's just the beginning. Every year, we produce more plastic than the total weight of humanity. How long before your realm drowns in it? She studied me for a long moment, her ancient eyes calculating. Finally, she nodded, a single sharp movement like a bird of prey. You speak with wisdom beyond your years, mortal. We will. Consider your terms. Consider quickly, I said, placing the toy soldier on the floor. The marble beneath it began to discolor, spreading outward like an oil stain. Time isn't on your side anymore. As I turned to leave, the whispers of the court followed me, but they weren't mocking anymore. They were afraid, and they should be, because while they had been playing their ancient games with iron and promises, humanity had created something far more terrible, something that would outlast even the immortal Fae. The toy soldier remained there, a small green sentinel marking the beginning of a new age in the eternal court, an age where the old magic would have to adapt or fade away, poisoned by the artificial immortality of human progress. Behind me, I heard the queen begin issuing rapid commands to her court, her voice urgent and strained. I smiled as I walked away. Sometimes the most effective weapons aren't forged in fire or blessed by gods. Sometimes they're made on assembly lines in factories half a world away, destined to last far longer than their creators ever intended.